Hi there, my name is Mackenzie Papp, and this is my Pechakucha on race, gender, and class. And I evaluated the podcast talking about misogyny against Asian women and reflecting on the Atlanta shooting. So, here in the podcast, we have our lovely host, and he is actually speaking to 4 Asian American women here. They're not shown in this slide, but they are there. And they're talking about just all of their experiences being Asian American women, what it was like for them growing up, some of the struggles they faced growing up because they're Asian American women, and more. Pretty much all of the themes in class were touched in some way, shape, or form here in this podcast, but I think the major ones that I'm focusing on today will be gender and race. And here, one of the major issues growing up was racial stereotypes for them. Nearly all of the women, all of the women have had some type of experience with this. And in class, we've learned that race is not related to biology in terms of anyone's ability to do anything. And all of these women have kind of had a stereotype or a picture of what an Asian woman is supposed to be like, sort of imprinted on them through society. And race is one of those terms, much like many of the others we've learned in class, that we hear all the time, maybe even think about quite often, but never really stopped to evaluate what it is and what it actually means. And one of the examples here is how all of them had had an experience by being told what an Asian woman should look like. And a few of them have had experience of being told, oh, you're not petite enough to be an Asian woman. So here I included some pictures of Asian supermodels just to kind of show what they were kind of being told that they should look like by white people. And this also plays into gender a bit because gender is also something that we are actively choosing to be. It is not sex, but with that said, it is something that we construct ourselves, and to place the women in this sort of box is not really an accurate representation of their gender. And also, what was interesting, piggybacking off of that, is all of them had had some sort of experience growing up and dating and whatnot with something called yellow fever. And here, as the Urban Dictionary kind of lays out for us, this is when a white male has a fetish or a sexual preference for a woman of Asian descent. And this is also something that they weren't really fond of growing up. This is not a very nice term because putting these stereotypes, I guess, in place, putting these racial and sexual labels, I guess, or stereotypes on them really prohibited them from being who they wanted to be. Another example would be the stereotype that, oh, Asians are smart. Again, not true in terms of race being related to, your biological ability to do something. But anyway, they're being told that their race is what is making those achievements or being responsible for their intellectual abilities or, things like that. It's being degraded and the credit isn't really being given to them. So the reason this is so important and related to class is because this incident just shows how relevant and important these subjects are, and how these subjects shape the way we view and think of people and places and things. So this is just a picture of, the flowers around the area of the shooting, just to kind of make us think about just how big these constructs can be, and they can cause hate crimes. So that is all for my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.